And we're here with Cayden Riley, a.k.a. the man, the promoter of the Mexico Super Show, also communications director for the Mr. Olympia Las Vegas. Congratulations, by the way, Cayden. Excellent noticia.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here with you, MD Latino. I'm looking forward to this year. We had an amazing year last year in 2018, and we look forward to having 2019 be even bigger.
Yes, you did. You had a great lineup. I think you had over 350 athletes at the end of your show. Great pro show. A lot of Latin talent. A lot of Mexican talent, even in the pro lineup. Obviously, Ismael Martinez won. There were no gifts either. He beat Akeem Scott fair and square by the lower back. I was there. Unbelievable. And I think just a lot of inspiration for the Mexican community and the international community this year coming up. How many inscriptions do you have thus far?
And right now we're projecting around 400, 450. So it should be a good show. We should have a lot of talent. And like you said, last year we had a lot of talent from Latin America, South America, and Mexico. And again, my goal is to give the Mexican competitors a crown jewel, a show that they can call their own and that they're shooting for to win. Where the pros, or the pro cards that are given at that show, that those pros, those newly crowned pros, will go on to do many, many big things and eventually hit the Olympia stage.
Now, this is just a pro qualifier. I know last year it was a pro-am show. The pro division was men's physique, but this year is just all amateur, correct?
All amateur this year. One of the decisions that we wanted to do this year, we wanted to focus on the amateur athletes. We didn't want to take any of the spotlight away from them. We really want to do a lot of photo shoots with them, stage time with them. We wanted to give them as much time on stage as possible, and we thought that making it just being a pro qualifier for the amateurs would be the best decision on that.
Yeah, because it's an all-day show and it's a one-day show, so you really can focus in on that amateur talent, especially coming from the international community. And I know that from your show, a lot of those athletes that got their pro card, they're doing pretty well, especially Noel Adama. He just won the Indy Pro show.
Yes, you know what? Noel looked amazing. When he got his pro card, I was already thrilled with his look, with his physique, and I knew he was going to do big things. And again, he didn't disappoint this year. Him and his coach, they brought an amazing package, and again, he came away with that Indy Pro victory. He's now qualified for the 2019 Olympia, so I look be on the way to doing the New York.
Yeah, he's going to continue. It cut out a little bit. Yeah, he's going to continue to do New York, but he already has his pro qualification for Las Vegas this September. So that's very exciting for Mexico because he's the first pro bodybuilder to win a pro show. I know that's hard to believe because Mexico's won a lot of pro shows, but not in the bodybuilding divisions. Yeah,
and that's one thing is that when I saw the package he brought to the Indy Pro, it was extremely impressive. When he won, I thought it was huge for the country of Mexico, and he should continue to have a very successful career.
Yeah, Alex Logo, that's his coach. He's from Chihuahua. We noticed that state of Mexico, Chihuahua, has a lot of talent. Sandro Grajales, Natalia Sotero. I mean, there's a lot of talent. A lot of people don't realize how big Mexican bodybuilding and fitness is. It's very competitive. Obviously, it's not as big as soccer, but it's popular. It's very popular. Always has been. Now, speaking of different regions of Mexico, I know that your thing is Guadalajara.
Yeah.
That's where you say, hey, this is an untapped market. This is the market I want. What made you initially decide the Guadalajara market? Because most people think Mexico City when they think of Mexico.
Well, one thing I thought about for choosing a city was easy access, a city that could provide everything for the athletes, and also looking at it from cost effectiveness for the athletes. The hotel rates are great, venues are amazing, and it's also easy access for everybody. Anybody from all the Mexican competitors that want to come from United States, from all over Mexico and from South America, it's a great location for everything to happen there. And also, Guadalajara is such a beautiful city. I love that city, and so many fun spots down there. So I thought, that's the reason why we chose that city.
Yeah, it's a pretty safe city, still pretty safe, and easy to get to. There's flights direct to Guadalajara from all over the world. So call it the city of Rosas, the city of roses. So
yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's a beautiful city, and that's one thing. Any of the American competitors looking to compete at the Mexico Super Show, it's an amazing time, an amazing city, extremely beautiful. You want to really take in the Mexican culture. It's a great city to experience it at.
Yeah, there's still a lot of American competitors, even like from Latin descent, that don't realize that these international shows, you can be from anywhere. Go compete. You win the overall, you get your pro card. It's that simple.
Yep. And that's one thing that, anyone from anywhere can compete at the Mexico Super Show. And that's one of the messages that I do want to get out there. So, yes, if you're from the United States, if you're from anywhere in South America, if you're anywhere from the world, you can come and compete at the Mexico Super Show and get your shot at winning a pro card.
Absolutely. Now, I know that there's going to be some other activities that weekend. There's a seminar going in. Tell us a little bit about the Mexico Super Show weekend.
Yeah, so on Friday we're going to start the weekend off with a seminar with the pros. We're going to have Romina Basualdo. We're going to have Eli Fernandez, and the lineup's going to continue to grow. All those pros and a couple of judges. Right now, we're still finalizing that list. A couple of judges will be doing a seminar for the amateur athletes. We'll cover all their questions. I'll go over posing, go over what the judges are looking for, so that everyone has all the tools they need going into the show on Saturday. And then after that will be athlete check-ins. So all the athletes will be able to check in there at the hotel, the Holiday Inn, and then the show happens on Saturday.
Now, I know a lot of athletes continue to ask me this, and I know the answer, but I feel it's necessary to really get this out in the air, cleared up. This show, just like last year, will have North American judges. I know a lot of athletes were concerned about that, especially from Mexico, because they want to avoid having any judges that might be from the Federation or Mexican judges.
Yes. So right now we have our judging panel all lined up, and I am very excited to announce Gary Udick will be the head judge of the Mexico Super Show. Again, he has a ton of international experience. He is a seasoned veteran, a leader in our sport. I'm extremely happy to have him on the judging panel, and I think his look, his vision, he's going to crown some amazing champions at the show.
The true best, the best of the best. For those people out there that are just getting into this sport, and I never ever looked at, because it's amazing. There's people just getting into this every day, and you never know when they get to that level. Some people are just got good genetics, good coaching, whatever. But Gary Udick is obviously the head promoter and head judge of the North American Championships. But for years, it's been a legendary, extraordinary event where legendary names have come out of there, and he means business.
Yeah, he does, and that's one thing I was really excited for the Pro League. It chose him to be the head judge of the show. Again, like you said, he's an icon in the sport. He knows what he's doing. The head judge, promoter of the North Americans, and so he knows what he's doing, and he's going to crown an amazing champion at this year's Mexico Super Show.
And he knows Mexican bodybuilding. Obviously, the North Americans for years, Mexico was part of the North Americans. It was actually a very unique event where IFBB amateur competitors from Canada and the United States and Puerto Rico and Mexico could come in and mix it up. And he's been to Mexico at many, many seminars, posing routine clinics, everything. So Gary Udick, despite the language barrier, he doesn't have a language barrier. He's very in tune with what's going on with Mexico and how he can help.
Yes. And again, and one thing I love about him as well is his professionalism.
Yes.
If anyone is, there's no funny business when it comes to Gary. He's going to judge it straight. He's going to judge it right, and the best physique's going to win.
Now, is there going to be a wellness division?
So there is going to be a wellness model division, model search.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, I want to say thank you to, I want to thank Jim Mannion, our president, vice president Tyler Mannion, Sandy Williamson, and also Robin Chang, the international director. They are doing tireless work in bringing bodybuilding, the greatest bodybuilding federation in the world, to the world. And so they decided that starting 2020, the wellness division will be a division in the Pro League.
Oh, so you're going to sell a lot of tickets at Olympia, my friend.
So we will be, we look forward to having that.
Yeah.
But this year will be a model search. There is a there is a $250 prize money for the winner of that division. And, it's more of the kickoff right before everything starts in 2020 for that division.
Okay, yeah, because it is, few people realize how popular wellness is in internationally, especially in Latin America. It's actually from Rio de Janeiro. I remember when they launched it, the first ever Arnold Classic Brazil. And they had almost more wellness competitors than amateur competitors. I mean, there goes the confederation, right, in South America. Well, that's why we're promoting the Pro League now, right? So now I know for a fact that the majority of wellness competitors that have been sticking with these federations because it wasn't there was no pro division, they will cross over to the NPC and the IFBB Pro League immediately. They have been waiting. And some pretty beautiful women, it's a little more thick. It's a little different look. It'll be interesting to see how Sandy and Tyler won it because it does vary a little bit between regions and cultures. So, but I think it'll be a fun time.
Yeah, it's gonna be great, and that's one thing that I'm so we're blessed to have Jim Mannion. He wants to bring to the competitors what they want, and so obviously it's been a little bit of time for them to go over the rules, for them to go over the criteria, and I look forward to seeing what they bring next year for us in that 2020.
Boom boom.
Yeah.
Abunda.
Yep.
That's how you say it in Brazil. But that's good. Obviously, the sport is growing. It's always kind of adapting to like the different physiques and the different categories. I do think that this will be a moneymaker for the Pro League and the NPC. It'll be very interesting how it kind of is unveiled in the United States. I'm here down in Miami. I'm sure there'll be no problems here with that division, but it'll be interesting in some other regions of the United States. It's certainly not for everybody. But going back to the Mexico Super Show, now there will be some photo shoots also going around town, right? For the winners, they're going to get their picture taken. And
yes, so, and that's one thing. Again, thank you to yourself, Kit, and MD Latino. You guys will be doing photo shoots for all the overall winners. So the overall winners will not only win their pro cards, but they will be getting photo shoots with you and MD Latino. Last year's coverage was amazing by you and the NPC News Online, and again, the competitors will get their photos taken. They'll be able to really solidify that moment in history in their competitive careers.
Absolutely, the NPC News Online, they're racing around the world too. They got a great website. They really care about the athletes and making sure they get that exposure, especially on the amateur level. Obviously, Latin America knows what ND Latino does. We will be doing this event live too. So tune in. It's live. It's always fun to watch these events live. I know that last year that was very important to you. Tell us a little bit why you decided to do these events live.
Yeah, I wanted to do these events live because, like you said, there's so many viewers around the world, especially in Mexico, people who can't come to the show, or those aspiring competitors who are looking to do the show maybe next year or the year after that, where they can see what's going on, they can see the level of competition, they can get inspired. And you know what? Bodybuilding and fitness is such an amazing sport. I want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to enjoy this sport that we love from the comfort of their own home, from their own tablet, from their own phone, from their own computer.
Absolutely, and we saw the stats were uncanny last year. I mean, we had people tuning in from all over the world. And especially being an international event, you're going to get people from Canada, South America, Mexico, United States. So, bodybuilding needs coverage, and we're going to give it to them. Anything else really special about this year's event? I don't want to get too much into 2020 yet. We got to get past this year, so I want to get ahead of ourselves. But somebody told me there's free tequila for the overall.
I'm assuming you'll find that somewhere.
Yeah.
This 2019 year is going to be an amazing year. We will have all of the overall winners from last year. Again, most of them have competed, have done their pro debuts, have done significantly well this year. Melissa Sosa, Noel Adame, Sandra Garjales, Natalia Saltero, Romina Basualdo, Ismael Martinez, Eli Fernandez, Trigo, all of these amazing pros are going to be there. Some of the biggest pros in the country of Mexico: Ismael Martinez, Sandra Garjales, Natalia Saltero, Eli Fernandez, all of those, Melissa Sosa, Noel Adame, all of them will be at the Mexico Super Show. It's going to be an amazing event. They'll be walking around, answering questions, taking pictures. A lot of these will be also at that seminar on Friday. So this year is going to be a great year. It's going to be a year where all of the best of Mexico will meet together and enjoy, again, a sport that we love, and introduce a new wave, a new generation of pros to our industry.
Absolutely, and that's what Mexico has been needing. They need to see their own country kind of prospering and moving ahead in the pro league. And we've certainly seen this in other countries like Colombia and Brazil. Now we're starting to see it in Mexico. We saw Natalia Sotero win last week. Huge victory in the Pittsburgh Pro.
Yes.
Trigo, I think, took 9th or 10th in California. The Governor's Cup, I think it was. Yep. Noel Adame, like you said, he won the Indy Pro. So it's happening now. It's just a question of time where the IFBB Pro League expands and more events in Mexico, or the NPC, we can say now. Website, my friend. I know everybody's talking about, but what's your website?
Website, MexicoSupershow.com.
Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one to remember.
I'll write it down. I know it's long, but no, yeah, MexicoSupershow.com. Again, it's been an honor to put this show on. It is our second year event. Me and my wife, Brittany Riley, she's not feeling well today, so she isn't able to join us. It's been an honor for us to put this event on for the Pro League, for NPC worldwide. Again, we just thank Jim Mannion, our president, Tyler Mannion, and Robin Chang for the opportunity to bring this sport to the Mexican competitors.
I know that at times there are certain suggestions or even mild complaints from some people in the community, like why this, why, but we got to take a step back and understand how fast that the IFBB Pro League has been moving the last 2 years. How much ground we've taken. Moving that fast, there's going to be some small wrinkles in the journey there, and those things get weeded out. But it has been a huge success, the launch of the IFBB Pro League internationally, and now the NPC worldwide. So a lot of great things are coming for the sport of bodybuilding, certainly in Latin America and certainly in Mexico. If anybody could really take, as they say, kind of what's to come, a shadow of things that are to come, just take a look at what's happened in Brazil. Tamer and Tarek have just dominated in Brazil, and the same thing is going to eventually happen in Mexico. It's happening in Colombia. Now we have the Ecuador Pro League and the NPC Worldwide. Amazing people down there putting these shows. So it's a lot of fun, very exciting. Any last shout-outs you want to say for all those fans out there, Cayden?
Yeah, again, I just want to reiterate, I'm blessed to be putting on this show in Mexico. I welcome all competitors from all over the world. It's going to be an amazing event. If you feel like you can get your pro card, if you want to be competing with the best of the best, if you want to eventually see yourself on the Olympia stage, this is the only way to do it. It's to compete with the Pro League in the Pro Qualifier Series. It's going to be an amazing event. We have amazing companies that are going to be there. The expo is going to be great. You're going to be able to get some free products. You're going to be able to try some new stuff.
Oh yeah, the expo is now. How does that work? Is there a cover charge or is it comp entry? But you got to pay to go into the bodybuilding show, or how does that work?
Yeah, so there is going to be a small cover charge to go into the expo area, and then obviously to go into the show area as well. But for all of those people that are looking to enjoy the expo, yeah, you guys can go in and enjoy that expo area. But it's going to be a whole big event for everyone to come meet together and share the sport that we love. Last minute shout outs again. Just want to thank President Jim Mannion for all the tireless work that he's been doing. Robin Chang, Tyler Mannion. Without them, without that great leadership, like you just had touched on a couple of moments ago, look at what the Pro League has done. NPC Worldwide has done. We are expanding all over the world. We're taking over these territories, and we want to give each competitor worldwide a fair shake, a fair shot. The best physiques will win, and you will get your pro card. And anyone who wants to compete on the Olympia stage, this is the way to do it.
Absolutely. Okay, well, that's Cayden Riley with the Mexico Super Show, www.mexicosupershow.com. Follow him on the IG account, Mexico Super Show, same thing, and Facebook for more information. If you just like bodybuilding, it's an interesting show and a lot of fun. I'm Kid Sanderson with Cayden Riley. Never surrender.